SummerSlam 2006 was an okay SummerSlam, and, well, what would you expect from the biggest party of the year in the summer? It was just average. That's what it was. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was just average. It was okay. So let's get right down to SummerSlam 2006. The first match is Rey Mysterio versus Chavo Guerrero. It was an okay match to start the show with. It's always a treat when you have Chavo Guerrero and Rey Mysterio in the same ring at the same time together. But I think this match could have just gone a little bit longer, but it was still pretty good for what it was. Vicky Guerrero comes out, interferes, and slaps Chavo, then knocks Rey Mysterio off the top rope, I guess, which results in a brainbuster suplex, followed by a frog splash from Chavo to get the win. Yeah, it was okay. The second match was Big Show versus Sabu in a Extreme Rules match for the ECW Championship. Not a bad Extreme Rules match with a lot of cool weapons. There were some botched spots, obviously. Well, not obviously. Well, almost every Sabu match has a botch, but it was an okay match for what it was. But I still wish it would have gone on a little longer. Big Show wins after chokeslamming Sabu through the table to retain his ECW Championship. Third match, we get Randy Orton versus Hollywood Hulk Hogan. I wish Randy Orton won this match, not going to lie, but it was not to be, as Hulk Hogan remains undefeated at SummerSlam. I was surprised to see what a bad match this was, it was supposed to be really good, but it turned out really disappointing. It was very disappointing, as Randy Orton almost won, but Hogan had his foot on the ropes. So Hogan wins a big boot and the leg drop for the win. Now we get Ric Flair versus Mick Foley in an I Quit match. This match was very brutal, very gruesome, an exciting match, and it was very exciting. This is what hardcore is all about. Hats off to Ric Flair and Mick Foley for pulling out a good old classic slobber knocker. Both men are heavily busted open and bleeding in this match. Melina comes out and tries to help Mick Foley, but Ric Flair gets the barbed wire bat and gouges it in Foley's eyes to make him say "I quit" to win the match. Now we get Batista versus King Booker with Queen Sharmell in his corner for the World Heavyweight Championship. This match was pretty slow and a bit of a boring match, not going to lie. Batista uses his own moves while King Booker tries to dirt off some moves in the match to turn up the pace a little bit. Batista is about to nail the Batista bomb when Sharmell interferes, which draws a disqualification for King Booker. So Batista wins by disqualification, but King Booker is still the World Heavyweight Champion, much to Batista's dismay. Which brings us to DX versus the McMahons. Before this match even started, Vince McMahon calls out these superstars: William Regal, Finlay, Mr. Kennedy, the Spirit Squad, the Big Show, who chokeslammed Triple H through the announce table, and Umaga, who started brawling with Kane backstage to take out DX before the match even starts. This was a pretty mediocre match, as Michaels gets beaten up by the McMahons for the large majority of the match, but Triple H recovers, and Shawn Michaels nails a sweet chin music midair on Shane McMahon, while Michaels nails Vince with some sweet chin music, and then Triple H nails Vince with the pedigree for the win in a pretty nice match. Which brings us to the main event of the evening: John Cena versus Edge with Lita for the WWE World Heavyweight for the WWE Championship, and the title can change hands on a disqualification or a countout. This is a pretty good main event match that could have gone on longer. But Edge and Cena seriously can pull out great matches anytime they wrestle against each other. And that's because of Edge, not John Cena, because John Cena can't wrestle. Fuckface unstoppable. Give me a break. It was a great match, but it could have gone longer. Behind the referee, Edge nails Cena with the back on the back with brass knuckles for the win and retains his WWE Championship in a very controversial way. Overall, it was a good SummerSlam with a few flaws in matches and a couple of slow-paced matches, but most excellent and good matches. It's a pretty good SummerSlam, as every SummerSlam is full of great wrestling and action surprises. Overall, I'm going to give SummerSlam 2006 a 6.5 out of 10. Best match of the night is probably the Ric Flair versus Mick Foley in the I Quit match. And the worst match of the night was probably King Booker versus Batista. So that's SummerSlam 2006. Coming up next, SummerSlam 2007.